Welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how amazing turkeys are in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler, and joining me for episode 455. 55. It's an ode there to E-Bomb's World.
Yeah. Got it. I was like, I can't drive 55. I also can't sing.
I haven't heard that one. I Can't Drive 55. We'll have to play that one. What is that one from?
It's a song.
Like what song?
I can't drive 55. I don't know.
Fair. Anyways, joining me on today's episode is Mr. I Can't Drive 55, Jimmy J. Daddy Jet. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Did you roll into the MF warehouse today after all the Thanksgiving food you ate?
Kind of. I kind of crawled in.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. No, I had a Thanksgiving dinner kind of all planned out that I was supposed to be hosting.
Yeah.
My dad, stepmom, and my grandmother.
And then you and the secretary.
And me and the secretary, yeah. Yes. And my dad, stepmom, and grandmother all ended up getting a cold or like sick, got a head cold. And so...
no.
Yeah.
So it was just the two of you.
Just the two of us with a lot of food.
Oh, man.
Food for 5 people with only 2 people.
Dang.
So we still haven't cooked all the turkey. So
what'd you do? Cut it in half and cook half?
No, what I do is I get turkey parts.
Oh.
So I get breasts and legs because that's the only part you really ever care about. Nobody else eats anything else.
Right.
And cooked them in a Dutch oven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We still have 2 breasts and a leg.
Oh,
so
dang.
we only cooked half of the turkey.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you only ate a leg.
Yeah, we had 2 breasts and a leg that lasted us 2.5 days. And we still have 2 breasts and a leg in the fridge.
Are there 4 breasts on a turkey?
I don't know. We bought the breasts all separate from the turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just in a package.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I did that.
My cousin barbecues a turkey, and he does a a soy sauce and ginger and garlic.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I don't
Based
know.
and everything on it. Yeah.
Thing. And it like sits in, I don't know exactly. It's a very, I don't know what the proper term is, Asian-esque flavored turkey, but it sits in like a garbage bag of the seasonings for like a week.
Jeez, like brining?
Yeah, I don't know if brining or just basting or just, soaking up all the goodness. Or
Okay.
Maybe not a week, but it sits in there for a matter of days before he throws it onto the barbecue.
Gotcha.
And he pretty much like seals the barbecue as best as possible. So it just cooks like super slow, like the coals. There's
Does
no
he have a
air.
green egg or what does he have?
No, just a black Weber.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just super good. And he just keeps taking all the juices that, the turkey was soaked in and just keeps putting them on top. And then whatever falls off, it gets caught in a little catch tray. And then my mother makes the gravy and she uses that to make the gravy. And then, it's just all yumminess.
Nice.
His father makes like some wasabi and soy sauce green beans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an interesting Thanksgiving. Like,
is he Asian?
No.
Oh, okay. They just do an Asian Thanksgiving.
His father, and I don't know, it's kind of hard. In all, I call them cousins, but they're really like third cousins or maybe second cousins. I'm not sure how that works. But they're my mom's cousins, and then it's the kids of those.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So however that works out. But so my mom's cousin's husband did an immense amount of sales and work in Asia, mainly in Japan. Just adopted the culture and really, actually, you know what? I think he was born in Japan. You guys are all knowing way too much about my family. Anyways, he was born. He's an American. I think he was born there, came home, ended up going back and doing an immense amount of work there, and really loves the culture and kind of adopted it to some of our Thanksgiving traditions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's pretty
cool. It was
cool.
good. Yeah, a lot of fun. The assistant made yams and sangria, and she accidentally doubled the amount of simple syrup that she put in the sangria.
Jeez.
So it was really sweet, but she gained a whole bunch of compliments, and everybody was saying how everybody was like, "Oh, I really love it. I'm so happy you do this. This is it's really nice." And she makes it's a white sangria. She uses white wine.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was good. My brother makes the mashed potatoes. My mom makes the gravy, and then other members of the family
make other things.
There was 22 of us around the table this year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun family tradition, like I said in one of the previous episodes. But we've been going out to Santa Rosa for as long as I've been alive, and I believe as long as my mom has been alive. Like we've been doing this pilgrimage or migration out that way for this holiday.
Nice.
Yeah.
That must be nice. I had with the secretary pregnant, she can't spend very much time up on her feet right now. So I got to make everything. So I was like, I'm making this as simple and easy as possible. I think my total cook time for the entire meal was 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It was awesome.
That's pretty good. Especially if there's only two of you. Yeah. You know, you didn't need to go too far.
No. But yeah, man, Thanksgiving was great. Hopefully everybody enjoyed theirs and had some good time and got to enjoy some downtime from work and life over the long weekend.
Yeah. It was a week ago now.
I know. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
So let's see. What else do we got on the docket? Today's a Thursday episode.
Yes.
So we have some things that we've been up to personally, some updates for off-roading life and the rigs, stuff going on with the vehicles. And then let's see, we have some reviews. Maybe a voicemail or 9.
We
have at least one voicemail.
Okay.
Maybe 2. We'll see. And God, what else were we doing? I don't know. Should be a fun episode, right?
That sounds about it. But
cool.
Yeah, I think, definitely going to be a fun episode. And before we can jump into some of that, I mean, I think we should talk about our good friends over at Yokohama Tires. If you do go on and leave us a review, you can possibly win a set of Yokohama Tires. How many reviews are we up to?
We're at 585. So
585.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any more since the last time we read reviews.
Oh, it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So,
get on it, peeps.
I know. So people need to get on there so we can give away a set of tires.
Yeah. Once we get to 600 reviews, we're giving away a swag pack, and we're doing that at every 50 up to 750, where we're giving away a set of Yokohama tires. Pretty much any tires, your choice, beside that are DOT approved and 20-inch wheels or smaller.
I think it's smaller than 20.
Smaller than 20s.
Yeah.
You can't have 20s or larger.
Yeah.
There you go. And I don't even know if they make larger.
Yeah.
But
right.
Do we have a few reviews to read?
We do indeed.
Okay.
So the first one here is from Ash Santilli.
Ash, thanks.
It says, trending in Australia, ?
Always.
Outstanding podcast, even though Toyotas suck. Seriously, though, Tyler and the Jet share their passion for off-roading in an infectious fashion that any wheeler would enjoy.
Did Donnie write that, or was it Ash?
It probably was Donnie parading as Ash.
Got it.
Yeah.
Or the first line was Donnie, or second line was Donnie.
They teamed up for it. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Next one.
Well, thanks for co-writing, guys. That was awesome.
Yeah. Next one is from somebody who was a winner, but didn't win.
Was it username unknown 69420?
Yeah. Username is already taken 69420.
That's what it is. Yeah. All right.
Off-road stuff. Nice to listen to 4x4 topics while I'm building my shipbox or working. So
he was a Jeep guy anyway. So
yeah, exactly. It was a Cherokee, one of those Chicory owners.
Yeah.
Next one is from Shellen Boat. Good despite the Toyota talk. Man, everybody's hating on the Toyotas today. I'm going to skip a bunch of these now. It's okay. I have something for you guys. It says Jimmy and Tyler are entertaining and the local Sierra Trail information is interesting, even for those of us who only appreciate Tyler's weekly breakdown story for the Toyota-esque Schadenfreude? That's Donnie for sure. Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I'm also not German. So I also appreciate how that Rover guy helps keep things classy. What?
It's gotta be Donnie.
Could definitely use more of him. Shell and boat. That's definitely Donnie.
Yes.
It's a boat. Okay. Jeez.
That's funny.
That's funny. We did not plan that out at all. Just FYI, everybody. Wow. What a coincidence. Good timing, Don. We'll do 2 more here. We got Scurvy 68, which could also be Donnie.
Yes, probably.
Tires. Great episode. Tires versus travel. Awesome. I don't know if that was a great episode.
It was an interesting argument.
It was definitely an interesting discussion and debate. And the last one for today is called Dusty Jeep. It says, great podcast. Really love the Rubicon history. Great podcast.
Yeah.
I agree. That was an awesome episode. I still think that's our top episode, the Rubicon history ones.
I do too. I think it shows because it's definitely the most downloaded episode we have.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do one more since we know this next person. I was just going to write it down as to where we left off here, but this one is from Wreck-It Rob.
Wreck-It Rob.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It says, great podcast. I won't hold it against you guys because you love Toyotas. What's up with the Toyota?
I don't know. Toyota bashing.
God. Your trail info episodes are the best. Rubicon history was great. I look forward to more trail history episodes. Can't wait to see you guys on the trail. Keep up the great work. The other podcast is great too. The dad jokes are the best part of every episode. Can't wait to meet up on the trail.
Sweet. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thanks for the fender.
Yeah. Thanks for the fender. And thanks for the shout out on the other podcast.
Yeah.
So glad somebody finally found it.
While you're marking down the position we left off, I'll move into talking about this month's giveaway, which is with our friends over at Moreflate.
Yes.
I love it when people say it incorrectly. It's so funny.
It used to really bug me when people said it incorrectly. And now I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. As long as we're being thought of.
You don't know how to read. But yeah, you have today to get in today is your last opportunity to get in for a PSI Pro Gen 2.
Gen 2, yeah.
Which you want to hint at or suggest or talk about the upgrades on those again?
Yeah, so it's our 10.6 platform with the PSI Pro controller in it, which means you can set your pressure and then do whatever else you want. You just set the pressure, hit go, and you can take a nap. You can go make some tacos. You can go fishing. You can load up your rig tie down your rig on the trailer. So lots of different things you can do. The cool thing is that it's no longer about the time it really takes to air up because it's not your time anymore. You can do other stuff. So that's kind of the way we're trying to change the game of inflation, deflation. But the Gen 2 compressors have a lot of durability and duty cycle upgrades to them. So the first one, which is the most noticeable, is we changed out the hose to a stainless steel line.
Nice.
Which will help with heat dissipation. It acts like an extra heat sink to the compressor, which is kind of cool. The heat sinks themselves on the compressor. If you look at all the other compressors on the market right now that are in that kind of stand-up design, they're all plastic heat sinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Except for our old ones. Yeah. So there's essentially 2 factories that make these compressors in the world. One of them uses a metal heat sink and one of them, which is steel, and the other one uses a plastic heat sink. And so if you look at, how you can tell which factory is making these compressors.
Okay.
Tap your heat sinks on these compressors with like a pen or something that way you can hear the ding of metal or a clunk of plastic. And if it's plastic, it's a different factory than the metal factory. So, we're working with the plastic factory and I was like, what are you guys doing? Why are you making a heat sink out of ABS? Like this, it's essentially ABS. And, they didn't have a good answer for it. And I was like, okay, so we're going to change these to aluminum. That way it actually behaves like a heat sink. So that's the other big thing. And then the other big upgrade on the exterior is a purge valve. So you can release the air pressure from the compressor when you're done using it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So there's those on the exterior. The internals are, we're making an aluminum cylinder now, or aluminium, as our friends from Australia would say. And we're putting a thermoconductive paste between the cylinder and the heat sink. so that they're actually in contact with each other to allow for better heat dissipation.
Nice.
So,
okay.
Quite a few upgrades to the compressor in terms of durability and longevity. I'm having a hell of a time getting these fucking shipments in.
Yeah.
I haven't had this difficult of a time getting shipments in since the ports were closed during COVID.
Wow.
Like that's how
that's
bad
saying
it
a lot.
I'm like, gee, and I can't, the answer I keep getting told is that there's so much stuff shipping right now, from overseas into the United States because it's just end of year Christmas season and everybody's getting ready for stocking up for 2024. And so just a ton of shipping happens here. And so there's just not enough shipping supply for the demand of shipments going right now.
That's insane.
Yeah. So they're still coming. We have 4 different shipments on their way to us here at the warehouse. And we're now going to be officially starting a betting pool to see which shipment arrives first.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Are any of them by air?
3 of them are air. 1 is by sea.
Oh, I'm going with the C one shows up first.
It's happened before. So
yeah.
Anyways, so those are all on the way. I'm super sorry. We were supposed to have these in the warehouse and being able to ship them out October 15th. And here we are November 30th.
Yeah.
And we still don't have them. It's getting really frustrating. It's getting very stressful. And I am so sorry to everybody out there that has a compressor on back order. I promise you they are still on the way and you will be very happy with them once you get them.
Yes. Understood. So, I didn't mean to drag you down into that one.
Man.
Sorry.
I was all like cheery after going through the I was a little depressed after the reviews and all the Toyota hate, but you know,
true.
No, the Gen 2 compressors are freaking phenomenal. It's going to be fantastic. We're just getting them in here and we quadrupled the production on them. So once they start rolling in, we should have plenty of stock for people. And I'm hoping that we can keep from going from back order again. So
yes. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be good. And if you want one of those, you can win it by signing up on iRate 4x4 under the Snail Squad giveaway tier. Mm-hmm. You have today. Yep. Today only.
That's it.
Well, tomorrow's December and we're moving into a new month, and the new month's giveaway is presents.
Christmas presents.
Yep. From Tyler and I. We're going to choose 2 lucky winners, and one of those winners will get a present from Tyler and the other one will get a present from me. And then we have a little competition here between Tyler and I to see who gives the better presents.
Yep.
And Tyler won last year's. Mm-hmm. So I've got my work cut out for me.
Oh, you're going down. I just ordered up my main part of the Christmas present.
Oh, really?
Last night.
Okay. Order it up.
I laughed so hard when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's going to be perfect.
Nice. I'm just going to buy him like a gear wrench toolbox or something.
Whatever. You cheater.
I'm going to buy their love.
I'm going to buy him snow track, Jimmy.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm going to win.
Right. Oh, man. So anyways, after all the Toyota hate,
yes,
I have something that I want to air. It's a fun video I saw on the Grams.
Okay.
And it's about Jeeps.
Perfect.
So I want to air it here so that everybody gets the opportunity to understand what it's like to be a Jeep owner for anybody out there who's not a Jeep owner.
Okay. I've been always wondering this.
All right, here we go.
First off, Jeep people. Do we have any Jeep people out there? Okay, we got some Jeep folks out there. If you don't know, they're the people who are riding on what is basically PVC pipes and tires with bugs hitting them from every angle. Here's why I can't do Jeep people, y'all. They claim to love Jeeps, but you can't love something and then immediately tear it apart so it's less of the thing that it is.
Fair point.
Sure, yeah.
Jeep people, be honest with yourselves. You don't want a Jeep, you want a street legal go-kart.
Fair.
I think we all might.
Yeah.
A Jeep is just a motorcycle for cowards, y'all. Big slam on the people who actually own a car, unlike me. All right. I will be hopping into your Jeep, because who's going to stop me? Not your doors.
Sure.
There we go.
Nice.
Cowards that don't want to ride motorcycles.
Well, since we're playing things off the phone, shall we go into voicemails?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Let's see here. The first one is from our good buddy Rerim.
Rerim.
Let's see what Ree had to say.
What's he doing?
Hey, buddy. This is Lee. Cruising the camp. At one time, I had a 22 RE and did a lot of building on it. And my suggestions for your oil pump is...
We lost him?
Did we?
How's that help? Have a good day.
Oh, that's
Lee,
funny.
always the helpful guy.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
That's funny.
Thank you, Lee, for your helpful words of helpness.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I think he was spot on.
Spot on?
Yep.
Yep.
Moving on. What are we moving on to?
I don't know. I think we're into what we've been up to.
Okay.
We did giveaway. We did some reviews. We did some voicemails. We did. We talked about how Jeep owners are cowards. They're because they don't want to ride a motorcycle.
Yep. True.
Let's see. I don't know. I guess we're on to what we've been up to, huh?
Sounds good. What have you been up to?
I have not been up to a lot.
No?
No, that's not true because my whole weekend opened wide up because nobody came over for Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So I tore Kermit's dash apart.
It was already apart.
Oh, it was already apart. We already had that. So it's been
already
sitting
talked
apart.
about how you had it all apart because you were going to put in re-rims clock thing and it didn't fit.
It didn't fit. So yeah, Lee and I have been going back and forth with measurements and fitment stuff for the Spot and the second gen 4Runner. And we have a solution.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's essentially, he made the 3D printed the bracket for the clock. That's kind of cool. The bezel that goes in front, which is the whole bezel that has, it shows the different fan speeds for everything, your temperature of the adjustment. So that whole bezel there, it goes and just sits right over the clock. And then you just push on the bezel to push the button in the clock.
Oh,
so it kind of hides the button of the clock.
Interesting. Okay.
And you just push on the bezel and it goes click, click, click.
Okay.
And it changes all your settings. So
neat.
Yeah. So I got that in yesterday.
Okay.
So now I get to install the clock and put all my dash back together.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, Lee, I might need one of those because I'm fairly certain, and I'm pretty, my facts check here is that I'm 99% sure it's the same setup of a 3rd gen pickup and a 2nd gen 4Runner. So I'm going to need one of those as well.
If you can take a picture of it and either send it to me or Lee, we can tell you pretty quick.
We're in a group chat with both of us. I'll just send it to that one.
That works.
In my phone, though, it's called Laser Time, and this one's not really a laser question.
No, it's kind of 3D printing-ish, though. It's our little creative chat.
Good. All right. So, you've got to throw your dash together.
To throw my dash together.
Put the clock in, put your dash together, and then Kermit's back up and running. Yep.
And then Kermit will be back up and running. I have some adapters being made at Bora.
Cool.
For the tracks.
Yes.
So I'm debating on whether I want to take the time to disassemble the tracks and go get them repowder coated.
Oh, I thought you already did that.
No.
Well, okay.
I haven't done that yet. I haven't had time to disassemble them and everything. So I need to get them disassembled and go powder coat them neon green or keep them red and don't worry about it.
Well, if you leave them red and your green 4Runner, you're going to have Christmas colors.
True. I know.
Yeah. Yep. I was laughing when I was editing the previous podcast about how you're like, nothing says, inflation and deflation of your tires like for Moreflate, just like buying tracks. And I was like,
deleting your tires.
Yeah, deleting your tires. Yes. I was like, oh gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. It's a quality of life improvement for the employees, right?
Sure.
That's
the company?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Knowing the guys that you hired and the jobs that they were in previously.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're much better, have a much better life now.
Yes, I agree.
Plus the work environment around here is pretty badass.
It's a little worrisome sometimes.
Oh yeah.
It's 100%. It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
We haven't had any outstanding OSHA violations yet. So
There you go.
we
That video of me falling on the skateboard, though, is pretty classic.
I almost did that yesterday. I was walking backwards and my transmission jack is in here.
Oh, okay.
One of the employees brought it back and I like hit it walking backwards and started falling backwards. It was like slow-mo where like my feet didn't catch up to catch me.
Sure.
And then like just at the last minute where they possibly could catch me, I stepped over the jack and it caught. And somebody made the joke about, oh, that would have been great on the video cameras. He would have looked just like Jimmy floating backwards.
That was hilarious. That video is classic.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So we did that. And then I'm going into building mode for baby stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're building there's a big kind of like nook in our loft upstairs.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't that where the secretary used to do work?
That's where she is. She's back in the loft doing her that's her office.
Yeah.
And so there's a big kind of cutout nook where we're going to put in a bunch of shelving and a place to kind of turn that little spot there into her office / kids play area.
Got it. Okay.
So that closet will be
right by
used,
the stairs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that closet will be used for that. So I'm building actually a closet there now.
Oh.
So I'm having to close in the top of it. So I did the framing and drywall and painting this weekend. And then we got this big ass barn door. It's 5 feet wide.
Got it. Yeah.
Barn door that I assembled. So now I just need to put up the hardware for the rails for the barn door.
Okay. And that's going to go on the wall that goes towards your master bedroom so that it slides in front of by the stairs?
No.
Oh.
No. It'll be on the opposite wall that shares with the guest bedroom.
I haven't been to your house and upstairs, I don't know how long. Yeah, I haven't been upstairs in your house in a long time.
Yeah.
I guess I need to revisit. Since we were recording in there.
It's true. And you can hear the interns
tip taps walking around in the hardwood floor.
Yeah. So anyways, I did that. That was a big chunk of my weekend. Was that. And then, here's a fun rant.
Okay.
I have a rant. I always seem to come across interesting customer service situations.
Yes, you do.
And I don't know if it's just I care a lot about customer service and therefore I pay very close attention to how other businesses do customer service, or if it's just I'm unlucky and I get these weird, stupid customer service situations.
I'm going to go with both, Bob.
Probably both?
Yeah.
Okay, so over Black Friday, I bought a big ass
fan.
No.
Oh, those things are rad.
A big ass fan.
Big ass
for like
fans.
the warehouse fan. Those ones. Yeah. I have debated it, but I bought a huge compressor.
Oh, okay.
A big 220 volt compressor for shop air.
Yes.
From Tractor Supply.
Okay.
And while I was there, I was looking around and they had a 36 gun safe.
Yeah.
Firearm safe on sale. A Winchester safe for like 40% off, something like that.
Nice.
So I got both of those. Grand total was like $1,800, right?
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
And so apparently if you order something online from Tractor Supply, they give you 48 hours, 2 days to pick it up before they cancel your order.
Okay.
And like, I get it. I understand that they need to be able to cancel orders out of the system, right? Because people order stuff and then forget they ordered it and never go pick it up. And then it just accumulates in the stores. Yeah. And you end up with this massive room of shit that people haven't picked up.
Sure.
So I get it. I get that concept that they need to have a timeline on it. But 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days is pretty quick. I guess it's maybe is that a written in stone thing or is it a holiday situation also?
It's apparently a written in stone thing. Okay. So
yeah, 2 days is pretty fast, but I guess maybe they're assuming you order it online and then you're going to drive there and get it.
Maybe. So I ordered it on Black Friday around noon on Friday of a holiday weekend, right?
Yeah.
So, and they're big ass items. Like I have a big truck that I can carry, but I'm like, what if somebody's ordering this stuff and doesn't have a truck? They have to go rent and line up a rental from somewhere or borrow somebody's truck and line up a logistics truck. So I ordered it on Friday around noon. Monday at 8 a.m., I'm walking out my door to go and pick up a couple employees to go over to Tractor Supply and load these 2 big ass things in the truck.
Sure. Uh-huh.
And I got a couple text messages saying my orders are canceled.
Yeah.
Monday at 8 a.m. and I ordered Friday at noon.
Are they open on weekends?
They are.
Oh.
Yeah. But like, it's a holiday weekend. How many people are out of town possibly ordering stuff?
Yeah.
And like can't get back into town until Monday.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. I was just like, what do you guys like? What is the why? Like, why 2 days? And they're like, it's something that corporate came up with and we just have to follow. And I was like, but you didn't even call to ask if I still wanted it or anything. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I feel like I had no opportunity to come over and get this. And he goes, no, it's sorry. And I was like, okay, well, am I still I ordered this on Black Friday. Am I still going to get the price? And he goes, if you come into the store, I'll ring it up at the same price for you as you got on Black Friday. I was like, okay. So I was like, well, hold on. Is my stuff even still there? Or did it get sent back to a distribution center? Does somebody bought it already? Like, what's going on? Is my stuff there? And he goes, yeah, it's here. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, wait a minute. How do you know which order is mine? And he goes, well, you have the gun safe and the big air compressor, right? And I said, yeah, but we never talked about what I had ordered.
Phone number.
Maybe a phone number? Did he look up the order? I don't know.
You probably entered your phone number on when you checked out, and then you called in.
So he could have looked it up that way, but the answer he gave me was, well, it's the only order I've cleared out this morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, so you're not inundated with orders every day. Yeah. Like you said you were.
So you're the only person that did an order to that store on Black Friday?
Yeah.
Or you were the first one. And then he was going on to number 2. And
I don't know.
Before he got there, you called him.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, so you're not inundated with orders. He goes, yeah, it's just our policy. There's nothing I can do about it. And I was like, God, man.
That does seem a little fast. And I would say I would have argued that, well, I would have argued business days, but they're open on weekends. So
and
it's kind of hard to argue.
I did say that. I was like, so you guys just aren't really friendly for doing business with businesses. And he goes, no, we are. Lots of businesses do business with us. And I was like, yeah, but like businesses, they can't necessarily come in on Saturday, Sunday because a lot of their employees are off. So like, how do you expect a business to come in within 2 days? And he goes, yeah, I don't know. I was like, all right, man, whatever.
That's crazy.
So it just makes me like customer service policies that intentionally make life difficult on your customers really piss me off.
Sure. I would assume, or I would like to see in this situation at minimum an email sent saying within 24 hours after you purchase it saying, hey, you have another 24 hours to come and pick this up.
Yeah.
We have a 48-hour policy.
So here's the thing.
Or at the better side would be a phone call. Yeah. But nobody really answers phone calls.
True.
So
here's the thing. He told me that I should have gotten emails alerting me to the 48-hour policy.
Okay.
So I went back, and the email that I do shopping with is a junk email.
Sure.
I never checked that email.
Yeah. That's half your fault.
That's half my fault. But when I selected in my order, I said, I want order updates via text.
Oh.
And so Tractor Supply was texting me about my order, saying, hey, thank you for submitting your order. Here's your order number.
Yeah.
Hey, your order is ready for pickup.
Yeah.
And then on Monday,
canceling your order.
We're canceling your order. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I never got an update saying it was not going to be canceled.
So they need to report, or they need to say order needs to be picked up within 48 hours.
Yeah.
Like your order is ready.
Yeah.
It needs to be picked up within 48 hours or it'll be canceled.
Yeah.
Like that needs to be communicated.
Yes. So anyways, fun customer service stuff that I run into.
Yeah. I was, while you were talking, I had one, but now I've lost it because something happened to me also. And I don't remember what it is at the moment. Maybe it'll come up later. We'll see.
'Tis the season for leaf blowers.
Oh yeah.
I challenge everybody out there to watch people leaf blowing and see how many people are just blowing leaves in different places and not doing anything with them.
I was blowing leaves this or a week ago.
Mm-hmm. Did you pick them up though afterwards?
No, I left them.
Oh, you left them?
Yeah.
Just blew them over onto your neighbor's yard and were like, here.
No, I blew them just in a different area in my yard. I've got so much room now. I can just like throw it out into the pasture, and just leave it there.
Nice.
Yeah. I made a pile like over by a wood pile and just left it there.
Okay.
I'm considering picking it up and moving it. I'm halfway. And if anybody's out there, if Marlene's listening or anybody else out there, I'm considering starting some sort of compost piles.
Yeah.
To start making some good dirt and start doing a garden.
So your gardener would really appreciate a compost pile. I feel like.
I think so. However, I know that you can't just do a compost pile out of straight leaves. You need to either add things to it or add other items to it, whether it's chemicals or other stuff around the yard. So I don't know enough about that, but if there's somebody out there that is into composting or has a compost pile and has some information on that, hit me up, Snail Trail 4x4 on Instagram, or you can email me, Jimmy@snailtrail4x4.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sounds good, man. What have you been up to? That's all I've been doing. I've just been mainly building stuff. I haven't been doing a whole lot of off-roading or rig stuff.
Well, when the assistant is on vacation, I don't have any time to myself.
Fair. Okay.
And
because everybody's on vacation, right?
Yeah, the whole family was on vacation. So we did have so the mini assistant went with her dad Friday through Wednesday. And then we picked the mini assistant up on Wednesday, and then we went to Thanksgiving, Wednesday, Thursday, drove home on Friday. It was pretty cool because on the way home, we went to my great grandmother's house, which I've kind of talked about a little bit before, but it's a house outside of Sonoma. It sits on almost 5 acres, I believe. It's got some old vine cab on it. It's got some walnut trees. It's it's a little farm, but we've had it in the family since 1900. Okay. Maybe before the 1900s, like 1890s or something like that. Way back in the day. And it's been in the family for generations. It's where they had a speakeasy during Prohibition, and my grandpa got busted. I think I talked about it last Thanksgiving, where he got busted and he got taken to jail, and they brought him Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, in the jail cell. Yeah. And we talked a little bit about how way back in the day, jails didn't feed the inmates. Yeah, somebody had to come and feed them. So every day they would bring my great grandfather food to the jail. Wow. Yeah. So I remember stories of that. My grandma told me about that. Anyways, I got to take the mini assistant and the assistant to the farm and show them around, which it's in my mom's sister's side of the family now, my aunt's side of the family.
Still in the family though.
Still in the family, but not in my immediate family anymore. Okay. It's in, my cousins living in the house. Okay. Yep. So, but on Friday, everybody was that side of the family was going back to the house. And I said, hey, can I come? I'd love to show my family around that piece of property. They've never been there. They don't know it. They don't know the history around it. So that was a lot of fun to take them around that, talk about where we kind of came from, multiple generations back. Yeah. This is where they grew up. This is how they lived. This is where they made the wine. This is where they drank. Here's where they got busted. They went to pee in the barn next to the horse, and we used to own like 30 acres of walnuts, and they would go walnut collecting, and they only had a few acres of vines, and they didn't really make a whole lot of wine, but they make a few cases of wine today, which is fun. So we drank some of that wine on Thanksgiving, we had a 2021 and a 2022 of their wine. So yeah, it was just a lot of fun doing that. And then, came home, and then, Saturday, Sunday was all about housework for the most part. It was doing a lot of things around the house, especially since the assistant, we were on vacation and we did things on Monday and Tuesday around the house. And now it's like, okay, we got these 10 things that I want to finish up. And I'm like, I've got 10 things I need to do too. Yeah. Plus it's my Black Friday sales have gone on and now I have all this catching up to do, and Cyber Monday is going to hit, and I did quite well during those. So thanks everybody that did purchase panels. And yeah, so one of the things that was kind of interesting. So we had the chimneys inspected at the house because it's coming into winter. We've been running a fire. Our HVAC downstairs isn't working, right? So we been running a fire downstairs more, and the assistant's kind of like, maybe we should get the chimneys checked out. And another thing is that she was working in the front room, kind of cleaning it up because we're gonna have a New Year's party. But she was like, "There's a cold draft coming from the chimney in the front room," and I was like, "Okay, well, let me try to close the flue." And I couldn't close it. And so then she was like, "Let's call a chimney person." And I said, "Okay." So the chimney person inspected the chimneys, deemed the chimneys fine, but the front room, since the flue's not closing, he said, "You shouldn't use this, the fireplace." And we're like, "Okay." So we're kind of like, well, can we just, since the flue's not, you can't close the flue, and there's actually no cap on the top of the chimney. I was like, can we just close it like up at the top?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And so I actually cut one of my panels, a panel that has a blemish and isn't right. I cut it up and just kind of used some tar and just tarred it to the top of the chimney. And
Nice.
yeah, so, and I was like, it's aluminum, it's powder coated, it's never going to have a problem up there. So I completely sealed off that chimney.
Nice.
And then the other one he said was good, but it was funny because we've been having so many fires in there. There was a chunk of ash at the bottom, and he was cleaning that out, and he started sucking up red hot coals that were deep in the ash that were still warm from like a day or so before. And I was like, oh man, that fireplace, man, it roasts. It does really good. So the chimneys were good, but that one fireplace isn't working. The other fireplace does, which is our primary one. So that worked out. I just thought it'd be cool to have two fires going.
Yeah.
I was talking to some people, and I guess it's a lot of work to replace a flue, but it's doable. So I might take on that challenge at some point down the road. Besides that, our HVAC system's just continuously going sour. Now we have they went down to replace the piping from the flood system or situation we had, and they think that the insulation that's wrapped around the HVAC piping is asbestos, so they stopped working.
Lovely.
Yeah, so now we need to get an asbestos company to come in and evaluate it and look at it and tell us how much it costs to remove that from underneath the house, so that then the HVAC people can come in and install it.
Yeah.
So that, or just like the popcorn ceiling, I might try to take this on myself.
Yeah.
I've thought about just going under there with a hose and soaking it all, and just getting, wearing a swimsuit or something, and just getting muddy, play in the mud, and get this thing super wet. And so it does it, and then just cut it off and rip it out and bag it up and bury it in a backyard, or put it back in, or I don't know what to do with it at that point. Go put it where I put the popcorn ceilings, but so I'm not sure what our next steps are there, but the assistant really wants heat in the house, and I guess the fire, it's cold in the morning, even though I leave a fire roasting, but it's still chilly in the morning. And so she wants to get the heater going so we can cut the chill off when we wake up in the morning to take the mini assistant to school, and the assistant has to get ready. Besides that, I'm trying to get Bobcat back together. And I think I left off last time where I had removed the oil pump, and I was in the process and getting ready to put it all back together. I've already got the gaskets. So I was just yesterday, Monday, on the podcast land, I was putting everything back together, and there was a lot of interesting information online. So I was kind of gathering what I thought was the best of the best way to do it. And I was kind of documenting it myself so that I can probably just write a simple blog about it. And so I could show people kind of how to do this. I was looking into how to prime the oil pump, and it's not very definitive on how to do it. There's a few different ways, but the way that sounds the best is to use some like petroleum jelly or like engine lube, and you sort of fill the gears. You don't pack it very tight, but you kind of just fill the voids between some of the gears so that it can create the suction needed to pull the oil up.
Interesting.
Because if you leave an air pocket in there, it'll just be an air pocket.
Yeah.
And it won't pull the oil up. You also, a lot of people suggested to disconnect the spark plugs at the coil so that the engine won't turn over.
Yep.
So you can crank it for like 15 to 20 seconds and see if the oil pressure rises. It won't rise a lot because your engine's not going, but if you start to see something on the oil pressure gauge, then you can plug everything back together and start the engine up and it should rise. So that's what I've gathered. So while I was putting everything,
so that's how I did mine.
Okay.
Was I pulled the
coil?
The coil. I pulled the main, from the igniter to the coil, that line on the 22RE.
Okay.
I pulled that out of, I think, the igniter.
Okay.
And then cranked it over for 30 seconds or so until I saw the oil pressure starting to go. And that's how I did mine.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I'll do that. I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
Because when I was putting everything back together, I was looking online. I don't know where. I have a Toyota factory service manual for how to work on the 22REs.
Yeah, you do.
And I can't find it.
Yeah.
So I've been Googling a lot of these answers. But so I threw the oil pump on. I put the grease in there. I put a little bit of RTV on the sealant RTV on the seal that goes in there, because somebody online was like, Toyota's seal is ever so slightly small.
Oh.
So add a very thin line of sealant in there. Plus it helps hold it in place.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay. So I did that. I put the thing up into place. For some reason, the hardware that I removed from the oil pump was incorrect sizes for what needs to be in place.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I went and bought the correct hardware.
Okay.
And then when I was putting it in, I put everything up in place. I hand tightened everything. And then I went and got the gear wrench, 1/4-inch drive torque wrench, because the torque on these bolts is like 2 of them are at 8 pounds, 2 of them are at 9 foot-pounds, and 1 of them's at 14 foot-pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I tightened the 2 at 9 because they were in the middle. So I snugged those down. And then I tightened the one, I think I just sort of tightened the one on the top, which is supposed to go to 14, but I think I just tightened it till it sort of felt a little tight. I don't remember what. It wasn't at 14. It was probably more like 9. And then I went down to the bottom ones and I tightened both of those. I was tightening those both down to 8, and they only made it to 4.
Oh, geez.
And then I was like turning it, and I was turning the torque wrench, and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, kept turning around and around. I was like, I just stripped this bolt.
Yep.
And I was like, damn it. So I was like, well, I need to get out and go wheeling maybe in the next few days. So what am I going to do? So I was like, well, the only thing really kind of to do is a Healy coil.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And I was like looking at it, because there was metal shavings barely on the bolt.
Okay.
And so I pulled out like a gauge, and I measured how deep the hole goes. And then I measured how much of a gap there is on the oil pump.
Okay.
And there was a lot more available threads deeper.
Oh, so you just need a longer bolt.
So I used the longer bolt.
Okay.
And I stuck it in there, and it got up to 8 foot-pounds.
Okay.
So, so I put 2 of the longer bolts at the bottom, which had shorter bolts. It's a 30 millimeter length to a 35 millimeter length.
Okay.
And I needed to put 2 washers on instead of 1 washer
to keep it from bottoming out.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I need to go get another bolt for the top, and then I need to prime it or add oil, change the oil pump, add oil, prime it. And put everything on the front. I'll put the crank and every harmonic balancer and all the belts and stuff back on.
Yeah.
And then, and then hopefully that solves the problem. I'll let it run and drive it around for a while to make sure that everything holds.
Yeah.
So that I can go out wheeling, where we might be going out when this episode airs. We might have gone out yesterday. When recording this, we might go out tomorrow. So I'm really pushing it to the wire to make sure everything's working right.
Yeah.
But I am slightly concerned that there's just not enough threads for the engagement, and it's not going to hold as well as it should. So yeah, I might be either a new timing chain cover
or a helicoil
or a helicoil in there, or maybe I do a new timing chain cover and go to the double timing chain or new 4-cylinder or an LS, or I don't know,
just put an LS in it, Jimmy.
I know.
Black people.
Yeah. I just want Bobcat to run enough so that I can start working on Samantha. I want a vehicle that I can go wheeling on if I need to go wheeling, so I can work on Samantha.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to have to worry about another rig.
Yeah.
Or fixing up another rig. That, or I just leave it broken and say, I can't go wheeling. I've got to fix this rig so I can go up wheeling. One or the other.
Yeah.
But I think this will hold. I think it'll be fine. It might be just a trail repair that actually stays for a while. We'll see. But I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with the solution.
Gotcha.
But I think it'll work for a trip.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. Hopefully it holds.
Yeah.
We can get out there.
I agree.
Yeah. I've got to decide if you can't go, if I still want to do this trip.
Yeah. Solo it.
Yeah. Solo it without a winch. I'm a little concerned. So far, I haven't gotten hung up on anything in the 4Runner that I haven't been able to get off of.
Sure.
So, I could just go up and try and do an easier trail, or just understand my limits and stick to them.
Yeah.
And take this guy wheeling up in the Sierras here. So we'll see.
Well, we're recording early today.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll give me some time to get home and finish working on Bobcat, get it up and running, drive it around, and go couch shopping with the assistant. That's the goal.
And get the rock light couch.
Yeah.
The couch with rock lights.
And like lights around cup holders and stuff. It's crazy. No, we're still looking for a couch for the front room, but I think we've decided on the furniture we want for the front room. Wait. Did that sound
living room?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're deciding on, we want a sectional for what we call the great room.
Okay.
Which is our family room. And the front room, which is a living room, we already know the furniture we want. We just have to go and purchase it.
Okay.
But we're still trying to decide on the section, if we want a U or an L, and how long we want it for the sectional.
Okay.
So there's some really big sectionals out there.
Yeah, there are.
Massive. And they just take up too much room in our great room. And the way that that room is laid out is you don't put the sectional is not going to go against a wall. It's going to be in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people push a sectional kind of into a corner of a room, but it doesn't work in this situation for the room. So ours is going to be floating in the middle of the room. So we can't have as big as a sectional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woes of having extra rooms of a house.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. I need to figure when I get home, if I go out wheeling, when I get home from the wheeling trip, I need to figure out what to do with the HVAC to please the wife. And I need to clean up the shop is really what it comes down to. I think I'm over the big rush of the holiday for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I actually, I got all of my Black Friday and all of my Cyber Monday panels out. And then after I got my Cyber Monday deal ran through midnight, and somebody ordered one at like 8 o'clock. So I've got one from Cyber Monday left to get out.
Nice.
At the point of recording this, it'll be out most likely by the time it airs.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, things have been going good.
Cool.
All in all, I don't think the assistant's mad at me, so that's a win.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, cool, man. Good luck. Hopefully you get Bobcat done. We can go wheeling tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or yesterday. Tomorrow/yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to getting some more wheeling in here. And then
I'm looking forward to watching Kermit.
Oh, you haven't
I've
seen
not
Kermit wheeling
seen
yet?
Kermit wheel yet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we'll see if we can make that happen. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'll do a shout out. If anybody's in the area and has nothing to do on Saturday, there's a toy drive going on at Bay Area Metal Fab. Hella Trails is putting it on. So come on out, donate some toys, hang out. There's a raffle going on. Snail Armor's in the raffle, so you can have a chance to win a Snail armor.
Nice.
And see some cool rigs or get some cool stuff from Banff. And I hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm picking up my sliders for the Tacoma.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of really good toy drives, a few going on here.
Yeah, I think the same day is the lady-owned Toyotas.
Yeah,
somewhere.
that sounds right. December 2nd.
Are they doing it again at the Maida Toyota?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same spot. And then, let's see, December 9th is the Jeep Herders Toy Drive for Georgetown.
Oh, at Uncle Tom's?
Yeah, up at Uncle Tom's.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'll be going up and hanging out for that one. I'm hoping we get a bunch of snow between now and then.
Yeah.
I doubt it, though.
We might have snow on our trip that we did yesterday.
Oh, really?
There's talks of evening showers.
Sweet. I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on over the next few weekends in terms of off-road toy drive events. So go support your local off-road toy drive, your local off-road event going on over the next couple weekends. Usually there's a really cool give back feature to all these off-road events around this time of year. So give back to your local communities, give back to those that are less fortunate than us and you and everybody else out there. Enjoy the holidays, everybody. And we'll start gearing up here for December, where Jimmy's going to lose the Christmas present contest again.
We'll see.
All right, Jimmy, any final words for everybody out there to wrap up the episode?
Beware of popcorn.
And with that, my friends, keep crawling. Why are we beware of popcorn?
I ate way too much over Thanksgiving.
Okay, was it like flavored or popcorn or just regular popcorn?
Like buttered, salted popcorn.
Gotcha.
I got one for you.
Ooh, okay, I'm ready.
Are you?
No, I'm never ready for these.
I'm officially giving up eating leftover Thanksgiving food.
Why?
I'm
so good though.
I'm quitting cold turkey.
Okay. That one hurt a little.
That one's good.